What's up everybody, I just want to let you guys know that I am still doing sessions pretty much every day, so if any of you guys are interested in booking a coaching session, then go ahead and click the link below, as the prices are cheaper than ever. Also, if you do appreciate these art of videos and you want to see more, then please support me on Patreon or by joining the YouTube channel. Hero is a very unique character. He comes across as a simple swordy with spells and a very luck-based game. But as simple as his normals are, and although luck does play a part in his game, he's actually got layers of complexity. He's got good range, absurdly strong spells, and he even benefits off of completely skipping the edgeguarding or ledge-trapping game by zooming mid-stage. However, he does lack in speed and can have a pretty hard time in disadvantage. He has a shield that blocks projectiles, which is active while crouching or walking at max speed. You can still aim at his feet or head to play around it. His smash attacks have a 1 out of 8 chance of critical striking, dealing more damage and killing way earlier. He's unique in that he has way more special moves than any other character, and most of them are absurdly good. But all of his spells require magic points, or mana, to be used. This magic meter can be filled up by hitting your normal moves or hitting shields, which lets you gain 90% MP of the damage dealt. You also gain 1 MP per second, but you won't be regenerating MP while charging a spell, casting a spell, or while choosing a spell. He's arguably the most unpredictable character in the game, mostly due to his menu, especially when it's in a different language. To the blind, ignorant hearts, the menu will be what's so random and luck-based. But to the competitor, the menu is considerably less about luck and a lot more about strategy and conditioning. The hero player will always have a massive speed advantage on reading the menu since the opponent won't know when you'll want to open it. And you can cancel the menu with short hop, shield, spot dodge, or a roll. But the best way to cancel it is with jumps or by flicking the shield button for 3 frames or less to cancel it without having a shield come out, allowing you to act faster. When choosing a spell, you can input either left or right along with pressing A to throw the spell behind you, for example. You can also C-stick behind you. Pressing B or grab will also work. There are a total of 21 moves that can show up on the menu, and certain spells are more likely to appear than others. Some spells are buffs, some are slashes, some are projectiles, and then there are some wacky ones. Some spells that have a weaker and a stronger version, like Bang and Kaboom, Sizz and Sizzle, or Wack and Thwack, cannot show up together in the same menu. Competitively, the best spells to typically prioritize are buffs, because they have low cost and can make you absurdly overpowered. After that, you want to keep a good balance between slashes, projectiles, and canceling your menu for a reactionary play or mix-up play. There are also 6 spells that are pretty bad, but not completely useless. If you re-roll the menu, the previous spells will never show up on the next menu, unless you die, in which case your menu is completely reset and you can actually get the same spell twice in a row. Spells that you don't have enough MP to cast will always show up on the bottom of the menu. This is really important. You can also manipulate the chances of spells showing up. A buff will not show up on the menu if it's already active. Psyche Up, for example, won't deactivate till you hit an opponent with a physical move. Kaclang won't show up in the last 30 seconds of a game, and Heal is a spell that can only be used twice in a stock. After that, it won't show up on the menu till your next stock. These tricks are highly encouraged to increase your chances of getting beneficial spells more often. This is also why prioritizing buffs is so important, because you would increase the chances of slashes, projectiles, and even zoom to show up. Oomph raises your damage output by 60% and knockback by 10% for 12 seconds. It'll only affect all of your normal moves, pummels, throws, side special, and slashes from the menu. So basically anything that's a physical hit. It'll also make moves slightly safer against shield as well as deal more shield damage. As a consequence, Hero will also receive 20% more damage. Psyche Up raises the damage of your next physical move by 20% and knockback by 20%. It'll affect the same moves as Oomph, so if you hit with a spell, then you'll still have Psyche Up active. It'll allow you to kill much earlier, meaning it also elevates your anti-air game since moves like up tilt or up air become a lot stronger, Even your up throw will kill much earlier. It'll also increase shield damage significantly, and if any of your smashes crit, they'll instantly break shields. Combine Psyche Up with Oomph and you'll be able to kill much earlier with up throw, anti-airs, or any move that these two buffs affect. It'll also allow you to instantly shield break with any smash attack, dash attack, down air, back air, forward tilt, and slashes. Bounce will protect you with a reflector for 12 seconds while being able to move. It'll also beat out super specific throws that involve a projectile move. For 12 seconds after Bounce runs out, your chances of getting another Bounce will decrease by 20%. Acceleratle is absurdly good and will last for roughly 10 seconds. It gives Hero a huge boost in speed and mobility, elevating all aspects of Hero's gameplay as long as you learn to control yourself. It also allows for new combos, kill confirms, and gives you potentially one of the best advantage states in the game and almost a non-existent disadvantage state. Hero will, however, be 10% lighter during. Acceleratle Combos will be highlighted at the end of this video. Flame Slash and Kacrackle Slash both come out extremely fast, are cheap spells, have huge range so they can both anti-air, deal tons of damage, and are safe if somewhat spaced. Hit ledge hangs and 2 frames. However, they do have an inner sweet spot and an outer sour spot. Flame Slash is simple, it hits hard. Kacrackle Slash freezes the opponent for a good amount of time, allowing you to deal damage to them and gain back some MP. Fire moves can break the ice. However, using fire spells that have at least a double hit allows you to break the ice with the first hit and combo into the second, as long as you do it at the right percent. This means that if you hit with the sweet spot Kacrackle Slash around 73% or higher, it'll allow you to follow up with Kafrizz or Sizzle for a true combo that can kill confirm. Hitting the sour spot of the slash won't let you true combo into these fire spells until 174%. However, with Oomph, this will work at 0% no matter how you hit the slash, and with Psyche Up, it'll work at 0% if you hit the sweet spot, and around 107% if you hit the sour spot. These slashes will also hit with the sour spot against opponents on platforms. Metal Slash will KO metal opponents, otherwise it'll just deal 1%. It's not completely useless, however, as it's much faster than air dodging and cheap, so it can be used to re-roll a menu to find zoom quicker. Hatchet Man will break shields if fresh. However, it's slow and unlikely to hit, so it's better used as a shield break punish. Hero will significantly move back while doing this, so there is still a chance that you might hit this. Bang is a simple projectile with a low cost and good damage. Kaboom is a much stronger, faster, and bigger version, but very expensive. If it hits the opponent, it'll detonate and combo into the explosion. However, if it misses the opponent, it'll eventually detonate by itself, sucking in opponents before it explodes. This can, however, be very comfortably shielded, so it's mostly used as a surprise while the opponent is airborne or to punish landings and even clank with aerials. Sizz is a fast projectile with low cost and good damage. The main difference between Bang and Sizz is that Sizz is faster, but Bang does more damage and will detonate at the end even if it misses. Bang will also send at a higher angle, while Sizz will launch more horizontally. Sizzle is your best projectile in most cases since it's extremely fast, unreactable, and a relatively strong projectile. It'll erupt on contact but not against shields. This splash damage will deal the full damage of Sizzle, and will be great for countering projectiles to still damage the opponent, or toss it against the ledge before recovering to damage the opponent as well. Wack is a very slow moving projectile that will either hit for 1% or KO the opponent. Thwack will also have a chance of dealing small damage or KO the opponent. The main difference is that it comes out a bit slower, but it's huge, so it covers full hops, platform landings, ledge hangs, and 2 frames. Keep in mind that Wack and Thwack have the same chances of killing. It all depends on how much percent the opponent has, and how much rage Hero has. Here's a chart that lays out all the percent chances based off of yours and your opponent's percents. Snooze is a slow moving projectile that will put opponents to sleep. The higher the percent, the longer they'll be asleep for. And if they fall asleep while airborne, they'll be able to mash out almost twice as fast than if they fell asleep while grounded. What's special about it is that it's Hero's only transcendent projectile, meaning it beats out all attacks and will be perfect for trading with other projectiles. Heal is cheap and will heal you for 11%. You'll only be able to heal twice until you lose a stock. Zoom will most definitely be your most precious and used spell. It typically has a 22% chance of appearing, but when you're far enough off stage, roughly past these lines, Zoom will have a 65% chance of showing up, making it very likely that you'll find it if you can scroll through 2 or 3 menus. Using Zoom will give your double jump back, but it won't give you your air dodge back. And while you come down from a somewhat random position, you'll be able to act with anything. If Zoom is used under a solid surface, you'll bonk your head, but you'll still get your double jump back. There is also something called Zoom priming, which basically means that whenever you are on stage playing neutral and you see Zoom on the menu, then you'll typically want to re-roll the menu, so that when you get launched off stage, at least now you'll have a chance of getting Zoom the first time you'll open the menu while off stage. Kaclang will turn you into metal for 5 seconds. It'll have a hitbox as you fall down, but you'll generally always want to avoid this spell. Kamikazee is a self-destruction spell that will significantly slow down the time to anyone who's close to Hero, and unless they've preemptively dodged, they'll be caught in the explosion as it can't be shielded. It will have a close sweet spot that kills extremely early and a sour spot further away that's weaker. Magic Burst will use up all of your MP, and the higher your MP is, the larger and stronger this move will be. It'll be easily shielded and can even be interrupted with projectiles, and if you miss it, you might find yourself unable to recover due to not having any MP left. The only time to use this spell is when you have a good amount of MP and the opponent is off stage, forced to recover to the ledge with minimal possibilities of stalling. Hocus Pocus is actually the most random thing about Hero, but it'll almost never be used in competitive play as it has a much higher chance of being something that will negatively impact Hero than positive. The positives are that you can become a giant for 8 seconds, which is insane. It can also make him invincible for 8 seconds or fully recover his MP. The negatives are that Hero can end up slowing himself down for 8 seconds, reduce MP to 0, inflict a damaging flower or poison onto himself, he can fall asleep, or become small for 8 seconds. There's also a chance that he'll end up using a random spell, which can simply end up missing or end up backfiring. Neutral Special is 3 different fire spells that get stronger the longer you charge: Frizz, Frizzle, and Kafrizz. The charge can be reversed, cancelled, and stored for later. Frizz will mostly be thrown out to condition opponents into shielding, jumping, and so on to try punishing those options more than anything else. On hit, it may lead to a combo if thrown from a good distance, but will more likely require you to outplay their air dodge, double jump, or attack right after getting hit. Frizzle is 2 stronger fireballs, so it'll beat out most projectiles. It'll be great for edge guarding because of how strong it is, and it'll be great for tech chasing. Kafrizz is criminally strong and will kill extremely early. It'll also be great for tech chasing, ledge trapping, used as a landing mix-up, and even as an out-of-shield punish against tall characters. It can also be comboed into with neutral air or up air. Side Special is 3 different electric spells that count as a physical hit: Zap, Zapple, and Kazap. Although these cannot be charged and stored, but they can at least be reversed. Zap has good range and is pretty safe on shield, so it's great as a follow-up after pressure, as a whiff punish while retreating, and it's pretty much great at everything. Zapple reaches all the way to max burst range and will be safe if spaced. It's great at interrupting dashes, tech chasing, it'll be great at punishing landings, and if you full hop it, it'll cover platforms while simultaneously covering the ground below it. Kazap is very expensive, and if anything, it might be used as a shield break punish. In some situations, it can also be used off stage as it covers a ton of space and will provide you with super armor as soon as the bolt hits Hero. Up special has 3 variations as well. Woosh, which is a single hit, Swoosh, which is 4 hits and goes further, and Kaswoosh, which is 6 hits and goes really far. Woosh is your main out of shield option as it's fast and relatively safe as long as you get to land on a platform. If you hit the initial hit of Woosh and land on a platform, it'll lead to a rock, paper, scissors scenario where either you up tilt to beat out opponent's mashing attack, read their air dodge, or read their double jump, or simply try beating their landing if they jump. Woosh will last for quite a bit though, so if you end up hitting with the late hit of Woosh because you beat a spot dodge for example, then you'll get a true combo and even kill confirms. You can also short hop Woosh and land on the top platform for true combos as well. Swoosh and Kaswoosh can be used off stage against a few matchups. Charging it while facing the blast zone can force a tech situation, and if you're facing the stage, it'll send them off stage for a combo or kill confirm. The best way to execute this is by dashing forward and then most importantly return the control stick to neutral. Up B and then move yourself off stage, and as soon as you are off stage, start holding towards the ledge again. You can also run off and B reverse neutral B into double jump up B to turn it around. All of Hero's special moves will fail if you don't have enough MP to cast them, except Zap, which actually still has a close range physical hit. The menu will be Hero's core move in his game plan, however, as it works like a charge shot in terms of how it influences the opponent. It forces the opponent to approach Hero quickly before he can buff himself massively, or deal tons of damage with projectiles. And on top of that, his neutral B is actually a charge shot too. Waiting around doesn't really pay off against Hero, as it backfires heavily on you as a player no matter what matchup you're playing, and so you have to approach him first, quickly, and often. And as you try approaching him, you constantly have to worry about what quick, unreactable menu spell might hit you while grounded, which conditions shields and jumps and neutral, and even double jumps in advantage state for Hero to take advantage of by anti-airing or by retreating and punishing a landing. Even his neutral special and side special play a big part of conditioning shields and jumps, especially since you can charge cancel the neutral B. Jumping backwards while checking the menu will stop your momentum, but it will still be a very important part of your neutral. Obviously, the faster you read the menu, the better you'll perform, which just comes from spending a lot of time playing Hero. This is harder than it seems though, since you have to multitask reading the menu while somewhat keeping track of the opponent's movement and positioning at the same time. So basically, you look at the menu and either choose a spell, cancel it into an anti-air, jump and land an aerial instead, or dash grab, or dash jab, or any other mix-up. Same thing applies with neutral B, and same mix-ups can even be done from Hero's jump as well. So instead of always landing an aerial, land jab instead, or tilt, or grab, or menu, or any other spell. Anti-airs can be anything from up tilt, up airs, rising neutral air, forward air, back air, and even jab, since it hits short hops, is relatively safe and will set up for tech chases. As for safe shield pressure, you'll have to land and space your aerials well. However, neutral air at close range can't create a 50-50 between shielding some attacks out of shield or spot dodging grabs. Your safest landed aerial will be up air, on top of giving you the best reward in terms of combos and kill confirms. At starting percents, forward air can combo into dash grab, jab, or tilts. Back air is very strong, so it's mostly used for killing. Both forward air and back air can start launching into tech situations around 20 to 50%. If you hit the initial spike hitbox of down air, it'll also lead to combos. Neutral air will most likely be your most common aerial, however, since it's pretty much solid at everything. Landing it can allow for aerial follow-ups. The opponent can try to DI away to avoid most aerial follow-ups, however, jump zap will usually work. Keep in mind that neutral air, back air, and forward air all hit straight above hero, especially neutral air, making them good for catching landings and hitting opponents above you. Zapple is also a great follow-up after a ton of landing aerials that typically wouldn't combo, and even after zap. Down throw and up throw will set up to very basic combos at low percents, or set up for platform tech chases. Up throw combos can be extended with platforms as well. Otherwise, you'll typically just use back throw or forward throw to launch them off stage and put them in a bad spot. Down tilt can be safe against shield in a few matchups because of its low profiling. Otherwise, if you hit them on stage, you have to read whether they will attack, air dodge, or double jump. Forward tilt is a 2-hit move. The first hit provides invincibility in front of hero, so he'll be able to beat out some attacks. Dash attack is a mediocre move overall, but it does kill, can somewhat anti-air, and will actually be safe on shield with Oomph as long as you somewhat space it. Forward smash is your strongest smash attack. Up smash will only hit above, so it doesn't actually scoop opponents into it, and down smash will be great after a parry. For ledge trapping, you'll almost always check the menu to find a slash, since they are amazing at 2-framing and cover so many, if not all, ledge options sometimes with good timing and spacing. Other than that, you'll typically cancel the menu to go for a landing forward air, back air, both of which can hit ledge stalls, grab, or Kafrizz. Some characters' get up attacks can be shielded and down smashed, and some tall characters you can short hop Kafrizz against. Down tilt, down smash, and dash attack can all hit the ledge as well. If you're standing a bit further away to cover the roll, you can throw out Frizz, be ready to Zapple, dash grab, or dash pivot forward tilt. And if you are further away and in range for Kaboom, then that can be a free stock sometimes too. At the ledge, you won't have any amazing options, unless you have Kafrizz or Acceleratle. Otherwise, you could also mix up with Woosh or Swoosh to a platform, and even zoom if you're feeling lucky. Before grabbing the ledge, you can still hit your forward air, neutral air, or even back air. Finally, let's talk about Acceleratle again, as it's such an impactful buff. It'll elevate the combo potential for any move that you hit. Even moves that normally don't combo, like back air or Frizz, will true combo. Up throw allows for multiple up airs to true combo, although keep in mind it's still hard to control hero, especially when attempting to hit short-ranged up airs against DI mix-ups. Down throw can lead into a ton of combos, mix-ups, and kill confirms. Landing neutral air will lead to so much more as well, and of course, landing forward air will allow for many more new combos too. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, then please help me out on Patreon or by becoming a member on YouTube. Also, let me know in the comment section below which character you would like to see next. See you next time.